Okay, so let's turn this, go this way. There we go. Wait for some people. Dawson, I see Dawson's in. Let's see, live chat, everybody. Okay. Dawson, hello. Got the big old pine snake out. So it looks like we got a couple people joined in. So I've been getting questioned about the Taylor show tomorrow. Yes, I will be there. Probably earlier than later, and so that way we can see what we can see. And of course, I got the bull snake out right here, and you hear he's as grumpy as he always is. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, those who can make it to the show. Hopefully, we'll see you there. And I don't know if you've seen the last. Well, it wouldn't be the last video. Are you for real? How the heck did I catch the light bulb? There we go. There we go. So I'll be walking around, of course, with my Reptile Junkies drawstring bag. So of course you'll notice that, and I'll have my camera and Reptile Jones T-shirt on, and yeah, there you go, buddy. So yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that I was going to be there. I was going to try to shoot a video earlier, but things just got a little busy. There's another video that got uploaded, which you'll see later on. But so yeah, this one isn't. This one's the Reptile Junkies, which is Trey Beck. I don't have a Reptile Jones bag, but maybe in the future if I get enough interest. But yeah, that was a. This was a gift from Trey Beck, so if you guys don't know his channel, you definitely should check that out. But it's a really nice drawstring bag, especially when you go to the shows. You can just throw all the stuff in there that you pick up. So, and it helps for me to keep my hands free, because I'm walking around carrying this thing, taking video for you guys, and so I can share with you guys. As you can see, this guy is very active. That's why I like the pine snakes and bull snakes. They're a little bit more active than other snakes during the day. And I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but he's hissing quite a bit. But again, that's just how these guys are. These guys are just very vocal. It's definitely nothing to be too alarmed by. He's just let me know that he's here, I guess. I don't know. But a very, very lovely snake. If you're new to snakes, obviously this might be a little discouraging. Might put you off. Maybe the size and the fact that he moves around a lot, and of course that hissing. But again, these guys are just big babies. So yeah, I probably won't be on here for very long. So if you guys got any questions, go ahead and ask away, and I'll try to catch them before the chat disappears. I'm still kind of new at doing this live on YouTube, so bear with me, so to speak. So you got 2 thumbs up. Thank you, the 2 of you who gave me that. Let's see. Funny story. Just went to Cleveland Reptile Show. Maybe run into you, and then. Oh, well, bummer. Yeah, I was there, and I was there for quite a bit in the morning. Usually, that's where when you'll find me. Is in the morning, because all those shows I have to travel, like Cleveland and Detroit, those are about 2 hours for me, and then Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cincinnati, those are three plus hours. So I usually try to get there first thing in the morning, because I have to turn around and drive that back. So I don't stay. I stay. I shoot the video, and then I go around and look at stuff. Without the camera rolling, and look for things that I might like to buy, and then I usually also go around, and then before I leave, and try to get some photos that I share on the Instagram, and also I need good photos to create the thumbnails for the videos. So that's usually my routine. So it was a bummer that we just missed you. So perhaps next time, let's see. Probably won't be till September. Yeah, because I can't do Cleveland or Columbus this month. I already have plans for that weekend, so unfortunately I cannot do those shows. But tomorrow I will be at Tinley, not Tinley, I wish it was Tinley, Taylor, Michigan, and then Sunday I will be down in Cincinnati. So any of you are near those two shows this weekend and you happen to be attending, yeah, just look for me, and if you want to do a shout out on the video or whatever, or you don't even want to be on camera, that's fine too. So bird fella like him, he doesn't care to be on TV. What time are you going to this show? We're only, it's from the Reptile show. What Reptile show are you referring to? And what morph this guy is this guy is just normal. This is a northern pine snake. So yeah, I hope to see you there too. Like I said, I'm generally there in the morning time. A lot of times I've tried to be there within the show's opening hours. Just because, one, it's less crowded. Two, obviously you're first in, or relatively first in, so you get to see everything before it's cherry picked. And of course, the flip side though is if you're there late, you get the deals because they want to get stuff off their table before they leave. So you pick your poison, I suppose. But this is just a northern pine snake, no morph whatsoever. This is as beautiful as they are in the wild, and that's kind of the reasons why I like this, because this is straight up just regular normal colors. Now the bull snakes, which are in the same family, now there are different color morphs to those guys, but I don't believe for the northern pines there are any mutations. But I suppose you could look to the bull snakes and kind of get an idea of what like the albino version of this would look like, or the hypos and things like that. So I'm back around here. Am I still into fishing? I am, but to be completely honest, I just have trouble getting out there with all the stuff that goes into going on with the reptile room, doing these YouTube videos. I work at least 11 hours a day, and so by the time I get home and you do dinner and you make your rounds in the reptile room, and if you feel energetic, you may even spot clean some stuff. So it's a little harder for me right now, but I do eventually would like to get to a point where I can get out and fish more. I just, reptiles usually win over in my free time. I'm usually traveling to the shows or something reptile related. So, but I do want to go fishing, and one of these times, Dawson, you and I are going to have to go do that. Speaking of which, I don't have them in here. Otherwise, I'd show you guys a little sneak peek to hopefully an upcoming video. But Dawson, I know you probably remember what that is, because I did get those lures in that I showed you. So definitely want to go try those out. But yeah, I don't get to fish as much as I'd like to. So, or much as I would like to. It's okay, fella. But once things get more into a routine here in the reptile room, then I can probably start doing more of that. It's just there's so much to do since things are being worked around, and new cages are being put together, things are getting upgraded and all that. So it's just a lot to do this summer. So hey there, fella. So we got any other questions? Let's see, maybe I can get out a different snake. Who's handy and available that I haven't got out for a while? I did get a little video clip, but of course it'll be in an upcoming video of the Savannah Monitor. He was out and about today. Of course, as soon as I started filming and got close to the cage, he bolted. But that's fine. He's just a baby, and everything still scares him. So, I figure once he gets to close to an adult, I got bit in the face by a snake. Oh yeah, that's sometimes. I've never been bit in the face, but yeah, it sometimes happen. You know, and I tell people it's just like having a cat or a dog. You know, sometimes your dog will bite you, sometimes your cats will scratch you. You know, that's just par for the course. You know, sometimes you get bit because it's really the only thing they can do. You know, they can't claw you, they can't scratch you, anything like that, or they can hiss like that guy. So, but yeah, it's been a while though, actually, since I've actually been bit by anything. So that's good. Of course, I probably just now jinxed myself. So yeah, this guy is very, very active, aren't you? That's good. That's fine. He's got some pretty good size. Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely scares you. Definitely, you know, catch you off guard most of the time. I bet, especially coming at your face. I don't know. Actually, in that one video, go back a couple videos. Let's see. It'd be I think it was a Reptile Room vlog video where I was holding that carpet python. Actually, I think he's even the thumbnail for the video. If you watch that, he struck at my face, but he was actually trying to bite the bill of the hat, and but he was so little that he just missed it. But yeah, he came pretty close. I could get that guy out. He's right behind me. I'll do that. Let me put this guy back, and I'll get the carpet python. So if you leave a chat, I'm not sure if I can bring them back up. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Now they're on the screen. All right. Let me put this guy back. I'll be right back. Oh. Let's get back on screen. There we go. There's a little carpet python. Yeah. I love his colors. They're really, my opinion, they're really starting to come in. And you can see he's still a little bit of a, he still has his little baby attitude where, you know, he tries to bite. But, you know, that's just the way they are as a baby. You know, they just, you know, we just calm him down, cover himself up a little bit so it's dark, and then boom. You know, and just work slowly with him. Because all he is scared. That's all it is. He just doesn't know that we're not going to hurt him. But you can see his lovely color. And you can see my smashed fingernail. Yeah, these guys are pretty cool. You just got to work with them because they do get some size to them. So you want to end this stage while they're still little and biting doesn't hurt. But we're just going to do this and calm him back down. See, I've covered his eyes. Oh, now he's come out. But you know, see, he calms down. See, he's slowly learning that that I'm all right. But you know, all this hand movement of me talking, you know, it gets him a little riled up. But yeah, you can see his color. Definitely a beautiful snake. I'm really anxious to see what he looks like once he gets to his adult size. Right? You know, so I wouldn't recommend this as a first snake, but you know, after you've had a couple snakes and you know, you kind of learn their disposition and how to handle them when they're, you know, a little grumpy. These guys definitely do make good pets. So we're just going to come on. It's okay. See, there he's calming down. So yeah, beautiful. Look at those markings. Beautiful. I guess I shouldn't say beautiful. He's a little boy. He's a handsome little dude. So that is the carpet python. So I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys have seen the zoo videos? I guess I can go into a little bit more story. I see now he's targeting my face. We're just going to around, let's see, I've probably had him a year, so he's got to be a little bit more than a year. When I first got him, he was so wound tight, let's say, that it was difficult feeding him because he spent all of his time and energy striking at me that even if he bit the mouse, he would just drop it because he wanted to attack the human. So, you know, I don't know, for a little while. Snake Dude, hello. Snake Dude, I seen you in Dav's videos, yesterday when he uploaded them. That was pretty cool. But, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so he's a little more than a year old. Probably a little smaller than what he should be. But, you know, as you can see, he focused more on wanting to get to me than he did feeding. So it was a little rough in the beginning until we both kind of, yeah, I seen that, yeah. And yeah, that's why when I knew you were going to be there, Snake Dude, and when I seen that Dav was going to be there, I thought maybe I might see you in his videos, and I've seen you at least a couple times, so that's pretty cool. So that shows a little bit far for me to drive, but maybe someday. But so what I was saying before he struck about the zoo thing, I actually had planned that zoo trip, that behind the scenes thing, way back in like December, beginning of January, because work was shut down, so I was off work in between Christmas and New Year's, that block week in between there, and I actually had thought of this ideal, and I looked it up, and sure enough, they had behind the scenes tours of the reptile house. So I repeatedly from January up until like May, several times I'd called the zoo to try to ask them, hey, if I bring along my camera equipment, whatnot, and film my experience, you know, I would like to put it on YouTube and share it with my viewers, and of course give Toledo Zoo full, you know, credit, you know, plug them, you know, put their links in the description, you know, give them all the credit. I just wanted to film my experience. They just never got back with me, so I'm like, well, we're just gonna do it, and worst they can do is tell us no while we get there. Well, that was the scenario. We got there, and literally the moment we walked behind the scenes, the lady informed us that they did not want us to share photos and video on social media of the workings of the behind the scenes. I didn't question, you know, it's fine, it is what it is. Me and my daughter went, and we had a great time. I encourage anybody, you know, you guys out there, you'll check your local zoos. And the legless lizard, I do have him, and we will get him out. So I encourage you guys to go check out your zoos and see if they have it. It was very cool, very entertaining, and I appreciate the zoo staff that gave us the tour. Thank you to those guys. So let's put this guy back. Somebody wants to see the, I didn't catch the name, but somebody wants to see the legless lizard, so I'll have to get him out, and he is in the cage down below, so we'll come back to it. Just hold on. There you go. Oh. We'll have to try to find him. Here we go. Here we go. Here he is. That's his little attitude. He generally will do death rolls like a crocodile, so you gotta hold on to him loosely. So yeah, and he's even puffing out his throat. He's really putting on a show for you guys. Yeah. Now my guess is that he was wild caught. I don't really think anybody's captive breeding these, not that I could find. So he may be a little wild. Let's see if I can get a better view. Every time I try to, there we go. Yeah, he's got some size to him. He's about a foot long. Eating pretty good on insects. I don't really do the dog food, cat food thing. Personally, I don't really care to do that kind of stuff. I know other people do and they're successful with it, but that's fine. I got the who was that, Rapashi, that grub pie. He loves that. I think if I didn't share it on YouTube yet, I definitely shared it on Instagram. him eating some of that off of a spoon. But so that's the way his mood is. He's either this way or he's thinking about getting one. Any advice? They're pretty easy to take care of. You know, they're insectivorous. They they go after all the insects. You can see that they have quite a personality. At least this fella here does. The only thing I can really suggest is if you're lucky enough to find somebody who has a few, just make sure you pick the one that's most active, because you gotta. I'm pretty certain. You can double check this. I'm not 100% certain, but I think a lot of these guys that are in captivity are wild caught. I don't know if any. I looked. I know I looked. I just couldn't find anybody. So either if somebody is captive breeding them, they don't have it online to where I could have Google searched it. So it's something I'm interested in maybe trying to do, but we'll see. This guy is definitely funny. He has a lot of personality. But they're kind of like your sand boas and whatnot, that he is always hiding in the substrate. So just give him some loose substrate to push around in, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have full spectrum lights. I don't know for certain if he absolutely needs it, but like I've said before in the videos, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I put it on there. Besides, it makes this cage look good. It's illuminated with the cork bark and fake plants, so why not just have a light on there to illuminate it? And if it's a beneficial light to them, then all the better. So that's a legless lizard. They see he calms down once you get him out. Once he realizes you're not going to try to eat him, he calms down. But very cool. The thing is from come on, I know you don't like this. About 2/3 of his body right there is the cloaca. So all that is tail. What you have to be careful is they will drop their tail. So that's why I never hold on to them tightly. And for an animal that's 2/3 tail, you definitely don't. You don't want to. Let's get this chat to stay back up. All of it. Bring it back up. There we go. What snake dude say? Let's see. UV really beneficial. All reptiles, a snake isn't necessary, but lately I've started. It disappeared on me. Cancel. Yeah, I agree. It's if you can put it on them, you got if you're not in a tub system and you can put it on there, you might as well. Especially if you're already decorating. If you're decorating a cage, with plants and all that, even if they're fake plants, if you're going to put a light on there, you might as well put a light that may be beneficial. So that's just my thoughts. Yeah, a lot of snakes don't really need it at all. But this is a lizard, but he's very much snake-like. So I don't know. This is another one of those animals I can't find a lot of good concrete information on. So err on the side of caution, and I just put a UV light on top of him just in case. Like I said, he does spend a lot of his time, burrowing through the substrate. So I like their head. I don't know if we can get a good look at that. To me, he always looks like a velociraptor from Jurassic Park. So very cool. So one other thing I haven't actually showed some of you guys. Yes, clever girl. When we went to the zoo, it's okay. Me and my daughter, we had our cartoon drawing of ourselves. So of course I had myself drawn with a snake giving me a big old hug. Thought that was pretty cool. That's going to go on the wall of the reptile room here somewhere. But in fact, that'll probably be the thumbnail once I wrap up this video. But no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Now he's getting all worked up again. So a lot of the snakes are in shed, or otherwise we'd get something else out. But the Texas rat, she was in shed. The milks were in shed. The Nelson albino was very much in blue. I could get the skink out. Let me put this guy away and I'll get Blu-ray. Okay, so here is Blu-ray, and you can see he needs to shed. I'm just worried that he's going to poop on me. But man, he's getting fat. Here's another one that that I switched over to that Reptile grub pie, and he has taken to that better than he has all the other commercial diets. Oh, and there it is. Yeah. We're gonna have to get a paper towel. We'll just watch where I put my feet. Yeah, cute. All right, look at that. Look at that. He pooped on me. He is. This is the problem working with animals live. He's doing a number. Yeah, see that right there. Look at, you got it all over yourself. And all these people know what kind of booger you are. But yeah, without the poop. So, ew. But he is getting fat. Ever since I started switching him over to that Bugco or Grub Pie, I do not own. I have Nelson's and I have Cinnalone milks. But ever since I've switched him over to the Grub Pie, he is really starting to get fat. I use some of the other commercial diets that the other name brands have, and he ate them. But I don't know if he was just that badly. Well, I don't know. I got him as a young guy, so I don't know. But he's getting some size to him. He's really really plumping up, let's say. So he is doing pretty good. Other than he started this habit of pooping. He realizes that will get him put down quicker. So any recommendations on what are we asking? Yeah, I do think the Uromastics would be pretty cool as well. Okay, so you all probably is tired of hearing me talk about moving. We are going to be moving from this house. Yep. Yeah, iguanas. That's something else I've been kind of looking at as well, but it all comes down to space. I just don't have the space for some stuff right now. But hopefully, when we move, I will have a room, or ideally what I want is an outbuilding, like a detached garage that I could keep all the stuff in. Your milk snakes, skittish, even full grown. Well, that depends on how much you handle them. Okay, I'll definitely keep an eye out for that snake, dude. It depends on how much you hold them and how much you interact with them. But they typically will calm down relatively easy. So now what are you gonna do? No, we gotta stay right here. He doesn't really like the camera or the iPad. Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out. Iguanas are definitely something on my radar. It's the space right now. Worst case scenario, all I have room is for that adult savanna, and then that's probably all I'd be able to have in this particular room. So that's kind of why I've stopped with that guy. But again, maybe at the next house we will have the room for it. I will be at the Sin City show on Sunday. So we've got more people, and this is live, so you can't exactly watch from the very beginning. So I'll repeat, tomorrow I will be at the Tinley show. Tinley. I wish it were Tinley. Taylor. I'll be at the Taylor show tomorrow, and then I will be in Cincinnati show on Sunday. And again, you guys will be able to catch me in the morning time more so than later in the show. Again, because it's a couple hour drive to Taylor, and it's about 3 hours to okay, yeah, I can't wait for the Taylor show as well. Let me bring this chat back up. I don't know why it doesn't. Maybe I need to change something in the settings. Let's see. Yep, I will be at the Tinley show, obviously, because I keep saying it instead of Taylor. No, come on, bring them back up. Yeah, I will swing by, and because I want to talk to you guys down there at the Cincinnati show, because I might need some more cages. So I will stop by your guys' table and see what you guys got. Iguanas, in my opinion, iguanas are hit and miss when it comes to their behavior. Some people, you can get them and they're just super cool, and then other guys, other iguanas, like ZooMed, the company ZooMed, they have two iguanas, a male, female, and I believe their male is an albino, but female apparently you can interact with, but the male is a no-go. He will try to kill you, I guess, if you get too much in his cage. I'm trying to think who was there. It wasn't, no, Dob doesn't do that one. It would have been, whose video was that I seen? Was it Camp Kennan? Was it him who visited the ZooMed facility? I can't remember. It's been a while ago. But another YouTuber had visited the ZooMed facility, and they were able to take us along. I'm pretty certain it was Camp Kennan. So iguanas are hit and miss, but I don't really have too much experience with them. When I was a kid, younger, it was one of the first reptiles I had was an iguana. Of course, completely wrong to first reptile. Yeah, not a good choice. But back then, that's around here, that was the main reptile, was iguanas. Of course, with the misrepresentation of, oh, they will never outgrow their cage, so keep it in 10-gallon aquarium and it's not going to get very big. Yeah, that's kind of information I had when I was a kid. So those of you who have the internet now are so much more lucky to learn from. So, see, and he calms down too. Of course, now that his bowels have been released and he has nothing to fight with, he's just going to act like the pine snake and just keep hissing. Not sure if you guys can hear him or not. But yeah, these guys are really good pets as well. I put these guys right up there next to like bearded dragons. Let's see, what's the questions being asked here? For some reason the chat doesn't stay, and maybe that's just the way it is. So yeah, prehensile tail skinks are pretty cool, but yeah, they are super expensive. I agree on that. I would love to have a prehensile tailed skink. Not sure what you were asking about the butterball pythons. I don't have a butterball. I have an albino, and I have a citrus pastel calico. Those are the ball pythons I have. There you go. So I think we're probably going to wrap this up so that way I can get cleaned up. What other lizards do I have? So I have the legless lizard. I have the blue-tongued skink. I have a leopard gecko, and the butters. For around here, they seem to be relatively cheap, couple $100, but I think it's because a lot of the vendors have them, so there's a lot of competition to sell them. And yeah, my tarantula is eating very well. I've had him now for a couple weeks, and he is eating a mealworm at least I give him 4 of them now, so whatever that equates to. But yeah, it's eating, it attacks mealworms like, very well. I'm very pleased with that. If he wasn't hiding, I would show you him, but he's got himself like a little burrow dug underneath one of those pieces of cork bark. So, and I actually just threw him a mealworm like 3 days ago. So, yeah, regular mealworm, not like a super, because he's not big enough for that, I don't believe. But yeah, he's eaten at least 4 times for me, 3 or 4 times. So, but the butter question, like I said, there's a lot of them here at the shows that I attend. So the price is down just because there's just so many of them. Pastel butter seems to be a lot. Would I ever keep a large constrictor, berms, or retics? Honestly, no, I wouldn't. Simply for the fact I don't want to have to rely on having another person in the reptile room when it came to feeding and cleaning. I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to put that responsibility on my family and friends that one of them has to be here. Um, you know, Not because something would happen, but you've got to plan for the worst. So uh, beautiful snakes. I have nothing against them. And the other thing is, in Ohio, I'm limited to 12 foot and under. Once it gets over 12 foot, you have to register them with the state. There's permitting a process and all that. And from what I hear, it's a complete nightmare. And most people, if anybody, has ever got a permit, um, not that I know personally, so that's the way it is in Ohio. So with that headache on top of the responsibility of needing two people, I just don't want that responsibility. So I just watch other people on YouTube that have them and enjoy their animals, but personally I just can't. Uh, you know, so I if I could possibly, let's just go with that, possibly, but I'm not purposely going to go out and purchase one. If some weird circumstance happened, like somebody needed to, rehome one immediately for whatever crazy scenario you want to throw together, then maybe I would hold on to it for a short term. But yeah, I just don't want the responsibility. Those guys take a lot of responsibility, and I mean, not that I couldn't handle it, but yeah, like I said, I just don't want to burden family and friends when it comes to feeding and cleaning time. So, but I think we're gonna wrap this up so that way I can go, wash the poo off my hand, and we'll put this guy back. So that's gonna be it for this time. I definitely want to do more of these live videos on YouTube. I think I kind of got the bugs figured out. So I think that's going to be it. And until next time, later. Finish.